Hi everyone, it's Monica Cardenas back with another AHRI video update. And today we're joined by Steve Yurek, our President and CEO. He's going to tell us a little bit more about the Virtual Leadership Forum, which is coming up in just a couple of weeks. So Steve, welcome. Can you tell
Thanks,
us
Monica.
why our members should plan to participate in our Virtual Leadership Forum, what they stand to gain from joining us?
Sure. I think, first of all, the virtual format, even though it is an ideal, and would much rather be meeting face to face and having the opportunity to network and talk to each other and meet good old friends and meet new friends. This virtual meeting that we're having this year is really set up to really deliver the information that business leaders need to know in the industry, as well as the people that are designing the equipment and doing the research and development, the regulatory people and other things. And it allows all of these people within an organization of our membership to participate and learn from staff experts, member experts, and outside experts on what's going on with demographics in the economy, what's going on in the regulatory field. We're going to be having Sandra Berg, the Vice Chair of CARB, talking, but we're also going to have people from energy efficiency groups, from state legislators to regulators, talking about what they see coming up in the next year or two as it relates to energy efficiency, environmental stewardship, and what this industry can do to actually help in the current crisis that we have with COVID, where our equipment that you guys, our industry manufactures, is really the linchpin in getting our businesses up and running, our schools up and running, maintaining our hospitals, and distributing the vaccines that are going to be the cure to help us get back to a much more normal way of life and working, and hopefully to a real face-to-face meeting for spring, but also for the Leadership Forum next year. So what I would say is that you have an opportunity now to participate in a meeting that before you'd have to travel to. You'd have to take time to travel to the meeting, to stay several days in a hotel and then fly back. Here, you can do it from your home. If you're still at home, you can do it from your office, and you can access this information. And we've broken it up into really small segments. So we have a couple hours in the morning, a break, and then a couple hours in the afternoon for over 2 days where you can get this information. And if there's a subject that you're not interested in, you don't have to watch that, but you have the opportunity to participate in those that really impact you and your business and what you do for our industry.
Great. You sort of touched on it already, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the positive aspects, if there are any, of having this virtual meeting in lieu of our typical November meeting.
Well, as I told you before, I don't see any positive aspects because I'd much rather see people, talk to them, and hear what's going on with them outside of just delivering information. But the positives of a virtual, as I said earlier, is you don't have to travel to get there. So it maximizes or reduces the time that you need to have involved in participating. It allows everybody in your organization to participate so that they will get that information delivered to them and what they need to know. And it gives you the access that you need with regulators, with AHRI staff and others, so that you hopefully can plan not only what the rest of this year and next year, but what your future looks like as you develop products for this industry and your customers.
Mm-hmm. And finally, can you talk about any opportunities members will have to be involved in the discussion during the event?
Sure. Being virtual, we won't have to be taking questions like we normally do by people raising their hands in the audience or going up to a mic, but we do have that function available throughout, and I encourage everybody, when you sign in, look and see where the chat function is, where you can actually ask questions. Even though some of the sessions have portions of it pre-recorded, each one is going to have a live Q&A with the speakers so that you have the opportunity to ask those questions. And don't wait until the end to ask the question. Again, since you don't have to raise your hand or do anything, if you think of a question as you're hearing a presenter presenting information, write that question and it will be put in the queue so that when we get to the live Q&A, we can then take that question and ask the speaker.
Great, thank you. And Christine
You're
touched
welcome.
on it a little bit in our last video. She mentioned the platform we're using, Pathable. It's really easy to use, so I'm sure everyone won't have any trouble finding how to submit those questions throughout the event.
Yes, I hope so as well. And I really encourage everybody to participate and register. This is a great opportunity, as I said at the beginning, for you to actually participate and get this knowledge from expert speakers. We have the latest on the election and have A.B. Stoddard talking to us. We have Peter Zehan, who is a well-known and respected futurist and demographer, talking about what they see the impact of COVID and what the future looks like. And then we also have the regulators, as I said, both state, federal, as well as staff and members talking about what we're going to see and what's going to be impacting this industry over the next year.
Great. Sounds like a great meeting. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks, Monica.
Thanks, everyone.